So I just want to go over this. This is happening. So Bloomberg tweeted this out. Jack Dorsey, Sundar Pichai, and Mark Zuckerberg defended their role in moderating online speech and weighed in on whether Section 230 of the Communications Decency Act should be updated. Accusations of bias and abuse of political speech came up quickly. Now, I'm pretty sure Section 230, you look up what Section 230 is.
On it.
Section 230, you know what I've been saying about Facebook is that they're not allowed, I'm pretty sure this is what Section 230 speaks to. They're not allowed to be sued. If someone does something on Facebook that causes someone else harm, you can't sue Facebook for it because they're not a publisher. It'd be like suing a bookstore for a book that was defamatory to you. You can't sue the bookstore, you sue the publisher.
Jimmy, on Section 230 says,
Yeah.
no provider or user of an interactive computer service shall be treated as the publisher or speaker of any information provided by another information content provider.
So that's it, what I'm saying. So that gives them immunity from prosecution because they're not a publisher. Except when they start censoring things, now you are a publisher. So I guess Section 230 gives them a workaround around that. Gives them immunity from that kind of crap. Well, here we go. Hey, a bunch of tech giants who have no desire to make the internet better take questions from a bunch of representatives. That's what that is. That could be the headline there. Zuckerberg testified Facebook has partnered with fact checkers. Ha ha! Zuckerberg has testified that Facebook has partnered with fact checkers around the world to stop viral hoaxes. Exactly who are these fact checkers you've got deployed around the world? Well, I'll tell you what some of the fact checkers are. Facebook fact checked a couple of our posts, and you know who they assigned to fact check? A guy from the fucking military and the other guy who worked for CNN. So CNN, who's been spreading evidence-free conspiracy theories about Russia for 4 years straight and have pushed every war, was completely doing propaganda about Libya and Syria and Venezuela as we were debunking their reports. Those are the guys who are fact-checking us for Facebook. So paid propagandists from CNN work in conjunction with Facebook and the Atlantic Council to help make sure the information you're getting is the right. I bet all that information is pro-war that you're allowed to see. Aren't you glad that you have your elders looking out for you? The people with power are making sure you don't get bad information. That's what they do in dictatorships. That's what China does. That's why they limit their internet. That's not what we're supposed to do in a free society. I think I can handle what's bullshit and what's not, but they don't think you can. Well, they do, but they just want to make sure you don't see anti-propaganda. Zuckerberg testified. Oh, it's amazing. When asked about the New York Post article, that they censored the New York Post article on Twitter. When asked about the New York Post article, Zuckerberg said it's not up to Facebook to determine if it's a Russian interference and reiterates warnings from the FBI about being on guard for a hack and leak operations. By the way, here's Mark Zuckerberg straight from the Wax Museum. I don't know if you've noticed it. So what is all that? Why are they so big on censoring? So it all got started with Russiagate. When I was at the Young Turks, I warned the Young Turks that if they keep Russiagating, that this will lead to censorship of the left. It'll be used against the left. It's already being used against the left. Immediately it was. And so this is now to make sure that the intelligence community and their surveillance state and the military-industrial complex is in control of social media. That's what this is. And why would they want to do that? I don't know. Maybe because they want to start another Cold War with China? Why would they want to start a Cold War with China? I don't know if you guys noticed who's been running the country for the last 20 years, but it's the military-industrial complex. And that's why. They got to keep having boogeymen. They got to keep doing this. One of those missiles could have cleaned up the water in Flint 10 times over. That's our country. So just letting you know, that's what's going on. That's why they're all cool with censoring. That's where this is all coming from. That's what this is all about. And they're going to hire fact checkers right from the military-industrial complex to make sure. So when I tell the truth about Syrian gas attacks being bullshit, they label that conspiracy theory, even though it's the exact opposite. It's debunking their conspiracy theory of a gas attack. Half of YouTube got that wrong also. Half of the progressive YouTube news shows got Syria wrong, if not all of them. Almost all of them. And by the way, never corrected. They never corrected their reporting when they got the gas attacks wrong. They threw aspersions at me. They smeared me over it, acting like I was getting it wrong, when of course they don't know their asshole from a hole in the ground. When it comes to anything, they just repeat CIA talking points all day long, whether it be about Julian Assange, Syria, Libya, Venezuela. People who do news for a living, they do that. Guess what? A jagoff comedian doesn't do that. I don't repeat CIA talking points here or FBI talking points at this show. We debunk them. Why would you watch a show that doesn't? I guess because it's more comforting, right? That's why, because it's comforting. So there you go. There you go. This is what's happening. They can't be sued. They don't have to do this, but they're doing it anyway. Why? Because they don't want to be regulated, and they'll do whatever the military-industrial complex says. So yay, yay. And there's a lot of people on the left who are okay with this because of Alex Jones. They'll say, well, Alex Jones, so now Mark Zuckerberg should be allowed to censor anybody at any time, anywhere. Because you can't have one standard for people you hate and one standard for yourself. And those people are too dumb to realize that. I was telling people back in 2016 that if you push for censorship of Alex Jones without a court hearing, if Alex Jones is doing something illegal, then there's law enforcement in the United States. There's district attorneys. There's the cops. There's the general. There's the attorney general. We've got lots of cops. If he's doing something illegal that's endangering people, they better fucking do something. That's up to Mark Zuckerberg. So because of that protection is why they shouldn't be allowed to censor or curate. They shouldn't be allowed to censor. So there you go. Hey, everybody, this is the part where I tell you where all our live shows are, but there aren't any. And then this is why I tell you to join our premium program and get extra content, but nobody's got a fucking job. So just enjoy the video.